there's been a lot of investment in the space, and particularly what has gotten a lot of people attention is that soon the LA Lakers will be playing at Crypto.com Arena, thanks to a $700 million 20-year naming rights deal that appears to be the largest in sports history. Crypto.com's CRO token has been exploding over 70% over the past week since the news, up almost 1,000% year to date. And joining us now to discuss is Chris Marslick, CEO of Crypto.com. Hello there, Chris. Thanks for joining us. So, we reported here at CoinDesk that there was a $100 million advertising campaign launched by Crypto.com featuring Matt Damon, Fortune Favors the Brave, directed by an Oscar-winning cinematographer. Have there been immediate payoffs to this huge advertising campaign with now Crypto.com Arena and this ad campaign you've been running?
The short answer is that yes, we are seeing an uplift in the numbers. And it's quite surprising to me because generally speaking, brand advertising does not yield immediate results. We take a very long-term view, and we went out to the market with this campaign. We wanted to explain and share with the global audience what does the Crypto.com name stand for, what are our values, how do we see the world. But yeah, surprisingly, the results have been very positive. So I'm very happy to see that it resonates.
I guess, can you offer some detail? And have you heard of the stadium curse, this idea that big spending doesn't pay off, that it becomes a money pit, and that it's among the reasons that some old tech firms have gone under? So what can you say about some of the details about these payoffs in terms of user growth and dollar terms? Do you have any numbers?
Look, generally speaking, the platform grew about 20x this year in terms of revenues. So we've had a really strong year. The business is profitable, and it's been so for a number of quarters. So we thought this was just a great time to elevate our brand presence and increase the visibility on a global scale. Again, all these partnerships that we are signing are long-term 5, 10-year, 20-year deals. So we have a very strong positive outlook on the industry and where it's going. And specifically for the Staples deal, I think it was an excellent value for money. We've got tremendous global coverage. This is an iconic venue. You can't really compare it to any other stadium naming rights deal just because how special it is and how culturally relevant it is. We're super happy that we've got it done, and obviously there's a huge responsibility that comes with it, right? Because now that you've got your name on such an iconic place, you have to make sure that the fans are happy with it, that the local community is engaged properly. So we're hard at work. This is just the beginning.
So, Chris, is this necessarily the most efficient way to acquire for customer acquisition? I mean, is that taking away also from spending on your growth, on internal growth and internal developments and improvements? And also, is this a lot of pressure from FTX coming in now? Do you feel any of that heat? And that explain at least some of the reasons why we're seeing such a spend?
Look, the way we think about this is that we've got a product that people love. We've got a regulated, trusted, secure, and safe platform that people love to use. We've got solid revenues, so it's time to invest. We are not really outwardly focused. We focus on our mission, which is to take this industry mainstream, right? So this is aligned with what we stand for as a company. And again, the numbers look very strong. I couldn't be more happy with how things are unfolding this year, and it's not taking away in any shape or form from our investment in other areas.
Was it the most efficient way to do a customer acquisition?
Branding and customer acquisition are two different things. So we have specific things we are doing for customer acquisition and specific things we're doing for branding. You could think about it as 3 pillars, right? The first pillar is people need to see your brand. You need to have the brand visibility. The second pillar is people need to understand your values. What do you stand for? And and is it something that they relate to, that they believe in? And the third thing is just tactical, growth in order to drive user metrics and convert people who engage with the brand into transacting users. So those are three different aspects, and I wouldn't mix them. They're different tools for different purposes.
So just to follow up on that question, how do you measure the success of an investment like this, right? Because it's so broad. If you have, for example, like an affiliate link, it's like, okay, this many people went through this link to sign on to the exchange, right? You can really easily measure the cause and effect. But how do you measure this, right? How do you measure how many people, saw this name, went to the stadium, and then, and then actually became a user? Right? It's what kind of metrics could you use in this?
Well, there are ways to measure brand awareness and aided, unaided. You can run surveys before and after the campaign to see what kind of uplift you're getting. You can look at the percentage of your organic traffic and organic user acquisition and see how that is evolving over time. So there's a number of ways of measuring it. In the end, given how expensive other advertising channels are today, I think this type of investment is going to have fantastic ROI, and you could see it by the coverage. This was covered by Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Financial Times. All the late night shows in the US were talking about it. People are really engaged. So, and this is probably the first time that the market is starting to wake up to the scale of what our team have built over the last 5 years. So I think it was the right move at the right time.
Chris, my friends in LA are. Oh, I was going to say my friends in LA call it the crypt now. But that said, is there any geographic strategy to what you're doing? Of course, I as a big fan of the Habs tickets haven't come in yet. I'm just letting you know. But is there a geographic? Is there any geographic strategy? You have LA, you have Montreal, you have Europe. Where are you exactly picking these locations for your naming rights and things and advertising?
Look, this kind of reflects our overall geographical distribution of the business, right? It's the US is our single largest market today. Europe is, as a whole, is quite big. It's probably a third of the business. So you'll see we're cutting deals where our customers are, and obviously after we picked off some of these main properties that were on our to-do list, we will selectively start going regional and then eventually local in different places around the world.
Yeah, just building off of that, Chris, I was just wondering, looking ahead to 2022, what's the plan for expansion and growth at Crypto.com?
Well, we are still not the largest retail platform globally yet, but the team is working hard on addressing this. And we've got solid plans across, the core trading business, the payments vertical, and blockchain gaming. I think is going to be huge next year. I think all industry players, including Crypto.com, are going to still benefit from very strong tailwinds. We estimate that the industry is going to cross 1 billion users globally next year. So it's going to be, a fun time for sure. We're very excited about next year, and the roadmap is already fully packed.